Well, it is Child Protection Week, and this topic is already firmly in the spotlight, with stories of child killings and abuse dominating headlines in recent weeks. Western Cape MEC for Social Development Albert Fritz will be going door to door, raising awareness in Mitchell's Plain in Cape Town today. Western Cape Premier Helen Zille is also expected to join him. The MEC is in our Cape Town studios for us this morning. Albert, a very good morning to you, and thanks for your time. Just give us exactly an idea of what your campaign entails. What will you be saying to adults, to people, as you make these door-to-door visits?
Yes, good morning, and good morning to all the viewers. I think we have now passed the stage of what Liz Vetten calls outrage, and we're now at the stage of absolute civil activation. And I've decided as government to play an absolute important role in that civil society activation and mobilization to really stop the scourge of these murders and rapes of small vulnerable children. And so this week we launched today a door-to-door campaign in Mitchell's Plain, and we've just heard over this weekend another 14-year-old girl disappeared. Police are busy investigating the disappearance, but we will be on the ground with the Premier, door-to-door, with the people of Mitchell's Plain, dirtying our hands to stop this absolute nonsense of murders and rapes of children.
Now, Albert, you know, it is 2017, and it is, I think, awareness has been raised a lot over the past couple of years, couple of decades. We know what our children should and shouldn't be doing. We know what positions to place them in when it comes to safety. Why do you think we continue to see children going missing? Why do you think we continue to see children being killed in their own backyards? What are we doing wrong? What haven't we listened to in all of this time?
Yeah, and that's an incredibly important question, because what's happening at the moment is the perpetrator is right here within. It's right here in my house. You know, the perpetrator's next door, my neighbor. They're all very trusted people right here. And what we're asking and what we're going to do, and as you say, we passed awareness now. We're sick and tired of awareness. We now want to get to action. So what we're asking our society and our communities to do is to be hyper vigilant, to report, to in fact create WhatsApp networks, to start reporting these things to not only the police but to each other, to say, have you seen my child? You know, is my child okay? My child, your child is my child. That kind of slogan. But we need to take it to a next level, because the opportunists and the perpetrators are sitting there watching and waiting. And we've seen the connection also when, you know, substances are abused, then that's the time when the perpetrator pounces on our children and really get onto real horrible acts. I mean, like the murder and the rape. So this week we will also be having a dialogue with ordinary community people to come and to speak to us, but to move towards solutions. And then we also, because this DA government in the Western Cape is a government based on evidence, you know, research evidence, we'll have a whole couple of academics also the dialogue at the center of the book, where we will be talking about, but also to solutions, to get practical solutions. Because, as I said, we've passed the stage of awareness.
I mean, the talk and the discussions have been going on for years now, Albert, and of course since Courtney Peters as well. And just listening to an argument from a colleague a couple of weeks ago who says, you know, we put this down to poverty, we put this down to the legacy of apartheid, but how much do we blame those things for not being able to watch our own children? And I do feel for mothers, I feel for parents who cannot afford good daycare, who depend on what seems to be the kindness of neighbors and other people. We do feel for them. How do we, first of all, do we give that as a good enough reason? Do we say that I can't keep an eye on my children because I'm too poor, I cannot pay for that? And why is it that we're left to, you know, our children are pounced on by these predators, that they put in that position in the first place?
Yeah. That's, you know, your question is so important, because that's the one space that we will almost, you know, I want to use the word, colonize the space of the early childhood development. The space where children can, because they're poor, can go. They don't need to have money to pay to go to this early childhood development. And we have an extensive network of early childhood development in poorest of our poor areas, everywhere. So we have moved for a long time now in this province on the quality of the stimulation intellectual, but the safety of children within those areas will also now is always an important point, but we have gone to the next level of the vigilance around safety. But I also want to make another point. So you have the safety part, you have the fact that the child can get a plate of food, because there is a connection between a particular class position that children are in and their safety. And children are bought over with little package of crisps, which other people will be able to just hand over to them. So I'm saying we need to, as government, assist and create the environment for children to be in safe spaces all over. Our after-school program in the Western Cape works amazingly well, where children can go to. So I think it's important issues that we can play. We can never use poverty as an excuse, but those are impacting factors onto what's happening within our society. Right. Class is an issue, whether we like it or not.
All right. I wish you all the luck with your campaign today. Let's hope it bears fruit. Western Cape MEC for Social Development, Albert Fritz, there in our Cape Town studios.